Hey guys, and welcome back. I'm Rachel O'Leary, and today in the fish room I came downstairs to a very cloudy aquarium. Now this happens from time to time, and it can be a normal part of a bacterial bloom, especially in the beginning stages of an aquarium, but it's kind of unusual to see it in one that's been running as long as this one. And while I don't think it's probably anything bad, there is one fish right there that looks like someone took a bite out of crime. Like, it is beat up, and I'm not sure why. And that might explain why the tank is so cloudy as well. Perhaps there was a kerfuffle here in the aquarium, though I'm not at all... I really have no idea who could have been fighting. So what we're going to do is a water change and then observe. And if I see anyone else looking weird, or if I see any abnormal behavior, we will adjust accordingly. I suppose it's possible one of the apistogrammas in here could have gone after that fish. It's possible that the fish is just getting old and it's making it a target for the other fish, or it's possible there could be some sort of disease starting here, which would be really shocking since this tank has been running for quite some time and nothing's been added. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do my water change to deal with the cloudiness, and then we'll take a closer look. Now I've set this aquarium, I think I'm going to drain it about 30% and then refill. And we're probably going to go in and do a vacuum of the substrate a little bit. But while that's happening, I thought we'd just take a quick peek around the fish room and check in on how a few of the other aquariums are doing. The big boys are being especially outgoing, begging for food as always. They really enjoy hanging out in that super huge piece of bulbitis. Now, I did take about half of it out. I believe I showed you guys that a couple weeks ago, or maybe even longer. There just wasn't enough swimming space for these guys when I kept the whole plant in there. And it's really, really important with these big fish that they have enough room to physically get around the aquarium, especially this tropical gar. As you can see, he doesn't have, he's not particularly flexible, so we need to make sure of that. Now, one of the things I need to figure out sooner rather than later is a bigger tank for these guys, and I have a few ideas, but it's going to require really changing things around down here in the fish room in a major way. So it's going to take some time, but I do have plans for a big 8-foot tank for these guys, and I'm excited about that. The 55 planted is doing awesome. Again, you can see how much more growth even today there is of that Hygrophilus iamensis. It's really looking good. Again, no melt. The fish are happy. And I really can't wait to get some cories in to put in this aquarium. But in the meantime, the fish that are in there are happy. It seems as though from the comments, most of you want me to change up the Shelly tank, so I think I'm going to work on that in the upcoming weeks. This is my Wild Bee aquarium. It has the other half of the bulbitis that was in the 220. And as soon as I can get to the store to get some sand, it seemed overwhelmingly like you guys wanted me to work with sand in this aquarium. I'm going to start the rescape of the 75-gallon retirement community. I have the wood down here. If I was smart, I would drop it into a tote or into an aquarium to soak so that it won't float. So I may try and get that done today. And yeah, I'm just going to go around and spot clean everything like I do every single day. I go around, I clean glass, I vacuum tanks that have dirt on the floor of them, and just take a good look at all the fish. Captain's already had his spot cleaning today, and because of that, he's doing his happy dance. Again, he seems to be out of the woods, and I am so happy. So happy. It's so hard when you have a big fish like this to think of losing them, and I'm just so thankful that he was able to pull through. The 75-gallon South American nano community is still draining. You can see that the algae that I was having before has pretty much resolved. There's still a little bit here and there, especially in the moss, which no matter what I try and do, I can't get rid of. But otherwise, everything looks good. My radar is being set off pretty heavily by that one fish that looks like it was eaten up a bit. And I'm considering doing a preventative treatment, but I'll keep you guys posted on that. Since no one else looks bad and everybody's acting normally, I'm probably just going to step up the water changes on this aquarium and keep a really, really close eye. I also recommend, if you're having an aquarium that's having issues, to take notes and keep a sort of a log of what's going on. That way, as things subtly change, you can look back and see and sort of take an approach that is based on something instead of just guessing. I think a lot of times people are prone to reacting, and sometimes we can do more harm than good to our aquariums by not taking our time to sort of figure out what is going on. As you can see, all the other fish in here look absolutely perfect, so I'm thinking that is a one-off. But I'm going to make a note in my aquarium logs that says, you know, on this date I saw a fish that was chewed up, and if it progresses, then I'll make notes and come up with a plan accordingly. Sorry about the pumps in the background as part of draining an aquarium. Anyway, stay tuned. Make sure you have that notification bell on to get updates on this dilemma, as well as all the rescapes and the projects going on in the fish room.